It's Jonathan Bauer, the morning debrief. The current time is 7:29. Interesting night there in America. We saw stocks recover a little bit, but in Europe things are under a little bit of pressure. So obviously concerning the S&P Standard & Poor's downgrades, or potential downgrades of most of the members of the EU. Not a very timely announcement, particularly when Sarkozy and Merkel pretty much working very hard at trying to solve the issue. We still believe that it's heading the right way. The market might just get a little bit upset with the length of time it's taking, but we do think that it's certainly in the right direction. Anyway, let's have a look at some of the news items. Okay, I guess the most important thing here is that there's the Dow, up 0.85, but heading through the news, stocks extend gain on EU report. Well, that's a little bit positive, which is good. And moving through, not a lot there. Australia, as we know yesterday, lowered our rates by 0.25% to 4.25. That's the first consecutive since 2009. Europe bailout fund faces a downgrade. Okay, so that becomes just a little bit of an issue as well. Energy, oil advances amid rebound in US equities. Tension in Iran continues. Saudi Arabia crude output rose to a 31-year high, which I thought was quite interesting when you're seeing what's going on. Okay, let's have a quick look at some of the markets, and let's just have a look at the around the world, what's happening. You can see that there's still a little bit of jitters around the market, and you can see the Dow was okay, up relatively positive. Europe was mixed to lower. Euro was down 12. The DAX was down 77, and the CAC was down 21. The FTSE was up, just waiting to see how it all works out. But I guess as we go towards the EU summit on Friday, everyone's going to be waiting to see what happens at the talk fest. Essentially, I think that's what it will be, because I don't think any new plans will be laid down. The Dow, we can see there, relatively positive. Have a look at the futures. We can see how our market is anticipated to open in Australia, and you can see there the local market's up 54 at 4,322. So that to me is a relatively positive. So that looks all right there. So let's have a look at what's happening in the commodity space. Brent crude was up 0.94. West Texas was up 0.23. Still tension there, as we know, with what's happening in Iran. Looking across the board, relatively mixed. Soybeans was up, which was good. Good to see that recovery. Still like that chart there. Wheat was up 3 as well. Cotton was up a bit, 93.81. Still, it's very hard on cotton. I still like it, but very hard to, what is the right time to buy. It's just obviously accumulation. Corn up 5.5 at 596.50, so that's quite good. Copper, 359, 360, holding on to those gains. Do like copper in this week's bulletin. You will see some interesting things about potential deficits 2012, which could keep this market relatively buoyed up. Okay, gold, 1734. Silver 32.88, so pretty good there. Let's have a look at some of the charts. There's that hourly on the gold chart. I like this formation. I just like it. It looks quite good. And in my mind, if it takes out this low here, but it bounced pretty well. So I'm looking for a test and a breakthrough 1750. We are still long. Okay, let's have a look at the dollar index. And where are you, dollar index? There we are. 78.54. A little bit of a bounce there. Let's just come in. A little bit of a bounce from its lows, but as you can see, it's just starting to peel back. We still think that trend is there. Came close to, or reached our, well, we've agreed that it's reached our target, and still consolidating. So I think if it starts to peel back, I don't like this type of formation because it does remind me of a corrective phase of this move. So that move from there to there has been corrected by this, and they might see a continuation lower. So that would indeed support some of the commodities. Stay close to that one. Little Aussie battler after the rate cut, under a lot of pressure, but seems to have bounced back quite nicely. There it is there. Still looks okay. Dips, I think, can be looked at on that Aussie. Having a look at the dollar yen, 77.69. We've got a long there, but I'm increasingly becoming concerned that we might actually pull that position. But it does feel okay. But yeah, it just seems to just disappear off. So I think if anything there, we might look to take out that position in the next couple of days. Okay, in terms of anything else of any note, we've mentioned that. Let's have a quick look at crude. And then we'll have a quick look at soybeans, because they're the other positions that we have on at the moment. It's just coming. There we go. There's crude, top end of the range there. Takes out 102.30 and then 103.50. That's where we need to be in terms of it trading higher. The last one, let's have a look at soybeans. And you can see here on the soybean chart that it seems to be bumbling around on the lows. I actually think that, there it is there. The fact that it held up here, I think I'd actually look for it to test back to the top side. I like that formation there. Big correction, look for it to start to trade higher. Perhaps a little bit of divergence here as well, which will support that move over the next 24 hours. Okay, in terms of the economic calendar, what do we have coming up? And as we said this week, we haven't got a lot of news that's out and about. See, that should be coming up. There we go. And let's have a look at Wednesday. Things just looking a little bit slow at the moment. Okay, looking at Wednesday now. There we are, GDP in Australia, that's expected to be relatively stable. Third quarter up 2.3, the prior was 1.4. But lead index in Japan, and lots of data in Japan, but not a lot in America. So pretty much that's about it, I think, for today. Let's keep an eye on what's happening. As we said, we haven't got a lot of data out in the States the next 24 hours. More, I guess, in Australia of note. So let's see how it travels. But obviously, we'll look to the EU summit for some more optimism, and that's what we need. Anyway, have a great day. Happy trading. We'll talk to you later. Bye for now.